Congratulations for clicking on this video. Even as you prepare for this forthcoming exam, you need to get acquainted with the JAMB 2025 UTME timetable daily exam schedule. You need to listen to this instruction. If you are preparing for this forthcoming JAMB, this information is for you. So please pay attention. JAMB has structured the 2025 UTME to run from April 25th, 2025 to May 5th, 2025 with 4 badges per day. Each candidate will be assigned a specific day and badge, which will be stated on their JAMB examination slip. The exam starts on April 25th, 2025, being on Friday, with the first badge, that is badge 1, and the exam time is from 7 o'clock a.m. to 9 o'clock a.m. Okay? Now, the second badge is from 9 o'clock a.m. to 11 o'clock a.m. The third badge is from 12 o'clock p.m. to 2 o'clock p.m. Then the last badge, which is badge 4, is from 3 o'clock p.m. to 5 o'clock p.m. This exam time and the badges, they remain the same throughout the exam period. Candidates, I know how hard they have prepared for this particular exam, so there is need for you to pay attention to the following instructions. Listen up. JAMB brought out a laid down instruction for different badges, but I'm going to be reading down the instructions one after the other so that you can understand what you need to know before you enter into this exam hall. For the badge 1, the instruction says, arrive at the center by 6 a.m. for biometric verification. Late arrival may result in disqualification. Now, for this badge 1, it's usually from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. But the instruction says you should be there by 6 a.m. so that you can start your biometric verification. Do you understand? So 1 hour to the time. Okay? If you are living very far from the center or from your center, what you are going to do is to locate the center a day before and try to come earlier for those that fall into badge 1. So you have to locate the center earlier or a day before so that you can be there before that 6 o'clock. Is that clear? Candidates must be seated 30 minutes before the exam starts. You see this instruction now? That means you must be seated before the exam. If you have the exam by 7 o'clock, by 6:30 you must be seated waiting for the time for your exams. Okay, very, very important. So that you can eliminate unnecessary tension and anxiety. Okay, now you should ensure all required documents, for example, JAMB slip, valid ID card, are ready before arrival. That means you should get all this keep in place so that you don't forget anyone as you leave for the exam. Those that fall into badge 4, you should look at your instruction. This is the final session of the day. Late arrival will not be allowed into the hall. So don't say because my exam is starting by 3, you will now come by 3 o'clock. No. So you should come earlier so you can do your biometric verification. Okay. Now you should take note of that. Now we also have that candidates must check their seat number and location before entering. So you must know that you must check your seat number and location before you enter into the exam hall. No electronic device is allowed. Carry only allowed items. I've said it before. Only JAMB slip and valid ID card. Okay? If you need a copy of this instruction, you can say hi in the comment section so I can forward it to you. I hope that is clear. Now, listen, candidate. You must verify, or you should verify, your exam schedule ahead of time. So you have to go and check your exam schedule when it's time for you to check it, okay? To avoid, I didn't know it's so time, I've missed out my time. These are the things you must note. So strict rules applies to malpractice. If you are caught in any form of malpractice, it leads to automatic disqualification. So you cannot suffer to read for this exam and because of a small thing, a little thing, you'll be disqualified. So any form of malpractice will not be tolerated. Okay. Now candidates should bring 2 printed copies of their exam slip. Very, very important. 2 printed copies of their exam slip. No loitering around the center before or after the exam. Candidate, take note of that. Arrive 1 hour early to avoid last minute rush. I said that before, very, very important, okay? Candidate must log into the CBT system only when instructed. You must log into the CBT system only when instructed. If you go in and you are not yet instructed, wow, it can disqualify you and they can take any action, okay? So you must obey to these strict rules that they're just giving us now. Confirm your CBT center location 1 day before the exam. 1 day before the exam. For example, you have this exam tomorrow by 7 a.m. So what are you going to do? Today you're going to do what? You're going to confirm your CBT exam center. Very, very important. So that you know how to locate that place before time. There is no time for you to wake up in the morning knowing that you have exam by 7 a.m. You start locating your center. That can even lead to disqualification, because if you come late, you might not do biometric verification and you may be disqualified, okay? And also to avoid last minute rush. Very, very important. Be aware of your seat number before entering the hall so that you don't go to the hall and be moving from one point to another. You must know of your seat number before entering the hall. Okay? All candidates must undergo biometric verification before starting, because you must be there 1 hour before time to do your bio. If you don't do your bio, there's a possibility of you not writing this particular exam. So all this is what you're going to listen to and what you're going to put into practice to avoid disqualification. Candidate, you should dress appropriately. Improper attire may lead to denial of entry. Now you must dress responsible so that they won't disturb you, or you can't dress naked to this exam hall. Very, very important, okay? Now you should remember that CBT centers are monitored, so you should follow instructions strictly. Anything that will make you to have issues with anybody, you should avoid them. That is why these instructions are very, very important, okay? Ensure you have no unauthorized materials with you. All the material that are allowed for you to carry is just your exam slip and your valid ID card. So no other material is authorized for you to have them or for you to come with them. Okay? So you must get that. Candidates must enter the exam hall only when permitted. You don't just enter the exam hall when nobody says you enter the exam hall. Please listen to this instruction. Don't enter the exam hall except you are asked to do so. Okay? No bathroom breaks are allowed during the exam session. It's just a 2 hours exam, okay? So if you are coming for the exam, you need to stay dehydrated, okay? But you don't need to drink water to the extent that you have to go and eat yourself. It's not allowed. This is what they just said. It is not allowed. So you have to stay and manage yourself for that 2 hours. I hope that is clear. You must stay alert and focused throughout the test. Stay alert and focused throughout the test. Focus on your computer, focus on your test, focus on your exams. You must not be distracted, okay? Follow the exam supervisor's instructions carefully. They're going to give you instruction even while you are in the hall. So you must follow the instruction carefully, okay? Ensure all necessary documents are intact before arrival. Ensure you have them with you before arrival. Phones and smartwatches are not allowed. Candidates, please. Phones and smartwatches are not allowed. Okay? So you should just keep away those things. Now, listen to the CBT Center officials for all guidelines. They will give you guidelines on what to do, the rules and the regulations that will keep you till that period, okay? Please listen to them carefully. Keep calm and manage your time wisely during the test. Keep calm and manage your time wisely during the test. Very, very important. Time management. You have to work on your speed and accuracy, okay? So you can be able to beat up with this time and still have some minutes left for you to go through your work. I hope that is clear. Report early to avoid any last minute issues. Like I said before, you should be there for those under badge 1. You should be there 1 hour before the exam time, okay? Now, ensure you have eaten and are well rested before the exams. Ensure they have eaten and rested very well before the exams. Very, very important, because your well-being will make your brain to be set, to be ready for the exam and for the tasks ahead. Review all answers carefully before submitting. That if you're able to work on your speed and accuracy, you can go through your work and still have time to go back to review what you have done before you can think of submitting. So you have to review your answers carefully before you do what? You submit. I hope that is clear. Now, ensure your fingerprint matches the biometric record. Very, very important. If your fingerprint does not match the biometric method, there's a possibility that you may not write this exam, okay? So you should ensure that. Candidates must leave the exam center immediately after the exam. So for you to be discussing with another candidate, probably they may be asking you, okay, what came out? This one, that one? No, that is not allowed. As soon as you are done with the exam, you should leave the center immediately. Okay? You must follow all final day guidelines to avoid disqualification. Okay? So you don't have problems. You must follow the final day guidelines to avoid disqualification. So the exam is going to end on the 5th of May 2025. Okay? So you must follow the guidelines to avoid disqualifications. If you need a copy of this exam timetable daily schedule, you just say hi in the comment section so I can forward it to you. If this video was able to help someone out there, please don't forget to subscribe to this channel and turn on the notification button to get notified each time I post videos. And lastly, do not forget to share so that other students that are preparing for this same forthcoming exam can see it and learn from them. Okay, then I'll see you next time in the next one. Bye for now.